Yeah, it looked like Bama. I think Bama just gonna sit there at 5. I think they just wait until somebody else screw it
Well,
up. But I don't think it's gonna happen
well,
at
no,
that
they
point.
have teams lingering now. I mean, you have Oregon sitting there at 6, but Utah's right behind them,
Yeah.
and then Oklahoma's right behind them. Oklahoma only has one loss also.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if Oklahoma wins all the way out, and Oregon wins all the way out, I mean, the Oregon's will have a win over Utah.
Yeah.
So that'll be another
But
top
see,
10.
I think all
rank.
these teams are gonna beat each other, and they just gonna cancel each other's out.
They don't have to play each other until they get right up there. If Utah beats Oregon, they're not getting in because their one loss is the USC. If Oregon beats Utah, and their only loss is to Auburn,
Yeah.
then they'll jump back.
They might get in there, but Utah might beat Oregon.
It's possible, but I doubt it. I mean,
That's how that pack, them West Coast team, but all they do that. You can be the number 1 team one week, and then you just lose to the number 20 team that week, just like Minnesota.
Oregon had their one trip up, so I mean, I think they'll be fine. The worst case scenario for Oregon is UGA beating LSU, because both teams have clinched their respective sides of the SEC, so they're going to play each other.
Playing each other, yeah.
So, I mean, if UGA beats LSU, then I think both of them get in. Yeah. UGA will get in at 3, and LSU will still make it at 4.
Yeah, and Oregon will
one loss LSU is getting in over anybody else in the country.
Yeah.
With the schedule they've played.
Yeah, at this point, they're locked in at this point.
Yes, I mean, if they lose that one game, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
All that's going to really do is eliminate Oregon and put UGA in there. So then UGA is going to end up playing Ohio State, who's going to jump to 1, and LSU will play Clemson. That's what it'll look like. And I don't think UGA they can't score enough to beat LSU.
No, we so boring. We just scored 21 points. That's it. I mean, Jake Farn threw 110 yards. It's not. I mean, it was efficient, 3 touchdowns, but you're not gonna win.
They won the game. It was a good win. But what that's not gonna do is it's not gonna beat those teams that are in front of them.
It'd be killing me, and that's the difference.
Those teams are high flyers.
High flyers. They scored 30 just like that.
21 points ain't gonna beat them even if you play an excellent game.
Hey, we'll score 3 points in 3 quarters.
That's just not gonna be enough.
It's not. It kills.
So, I mean, in other things to shake it up, Minnesota lost.
Yeah. See.
The week before, Minnesota beat Penn State. Now Minnesota lost to Iowa.
They screwed up. They win.
Minnesota had a legit shot to get in if they won out.
They just screwed it up.
Now that's all the way gone.
Gone.
We got Ohio State versus Penn State. That game comes on at noon on Saturday.
Ohio State game.
It's at Ohio State. It's in the Horseshoe. Penn State can cancel that. I know they're feeling real disrespected. I heard them the way they feel about that line. Like, hey, Ohio State's going to run through Penn State. Same way they did Wisconsin. They're going to smash them.
Yeah.
Like, they feel like it's their year.
Yeah, when they got Justin Fields.
They feel like they got slided from the playoff last year. They really feel like this is their year.
Yeah. Ohio State always been around. They do that every year.
Justin Fields has changed the complexion of their offense.
Going crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking Ohio State big.
Oh, yeah, Ohio State, you already know.
Texas A&M, UGA. I mean, UGA should handle them, but just as the rest of the games, they're not going to blow them out like they should. It'll be a tight win. I mean, I'm looking at maybe like a 28-17 type thing.
Yeah, something like that.
It won't be close, but they're not going to run away either. Yeah. Texas A&M has been overrated for a while. It's about time they finally dropped them. Yeah. This has been getting a little annoying, actually. Man, before we go to the NFL, I have a perfect segue for you because that one game that I watched on Saturday night, I sat there and I was watching a game, and I looked at the second quarter and I was like, oh man, Baylor is up 28-3. They're gonna lose. I mean, I was joking, but they actually let Baylor, they let Oklahoma come back and they lost. Mm-hmm. Like, is 28-3 really that cursed?
Yeah.
And you up 28-3 in the second quarter, and they just walked them down.
It's that flip switch. I don't know what it is. When you get down a certain amount of points, them teams they let up. It take one play.
They put one field goal on the board from that point forward, and lost 34-31. Subsequently, if Atlanta had been able to put that one field goal on the board, they'd have won a regulation.
Yeah,
just that little bit.
Every point make a difference.
To have a ring.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Like, man, Baylor just completely blew their chance. They already were lingering way up at the top. They were Baylor needed to blow Oklahoma out to even remotely have a chance, even undefeated. Like, they're done. And you see on the flip side, they're sliding Oklahoma on back up because
they're trying to get in there. They want Jalen in there.
They want to give them a little, like they want to get him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they would love to have them play Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, they still might play Georgia because when Georgia loses to LSU, they're going to drop out of the top 4, and then they can have Oklahoma versus Georgia.
Yeah, and Oklahoma probably gonna beat us anyway. I ain't got no confidence in Georgia right now. It just the other team put up too much point and we don't score.
Yeah, like they're not proficient enough on offense. They have a very good defense and you do not score enough points.
Bro.
I mean that's the MO of a lot of NFL teams right now.
It's the same play, run, pass every time.
Good defense can't stop nothing.
No.
So man, the NFL last week and next week will prove to really change the landscape of a lot of things. I mean, we're up seeing everybody's season start to really come around and see who these teams are. I mean, Dallas, they got a tough win out of Detroit. I mean, Detroit jumped on them. But Dak threw for 444 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Dak won that money.
Dak balled out. He had a 116 QB rating. I mean, Dak is really coming into his own. And I know people are thinking that, like, oh, Zeke only has 16 carries for 45 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. And he does a lot of excellent blocking in that scheme. In addition, he takes a lot of heat off of
you can memorize his touches because his first few years he was getting all them touches.
Yeah, everybody's selling out to stop Zeke, so that's opening it up for Dak. And now Dak actually is doing it, so he's actually making them more complete. Because the first team that pulls those 8 guys out of the box and tries to stop Dak from passing, you're going to see Zeke start eating again.
Yeah, that's how it used to be.
When there's no 8 in the box, you ain't stopping Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, that was me. Gallup balled out. Randall Cobb, Gallup had 148 yards. Cobb had 115 and a touchdown. I mean, their offense was looking like a well-oiled machine, but on the flip side, their defense didn't look too tough.
Now it's always something.
they let the backup quarterback throw for 209 and 2 touchdowns with a 109 rating. This is Driscoll.
Jeff Driscoll out of Florida.
You can't feel good about that for your defense to have, like, you were in a tight game with Detroit with the backup. I can understand if Stafford was there because Detroit actually is not a bad team.
Yeah.
They're much better than their record.
Yeah, they're gonna play you tough.
But with Driscoll, he had a 109 QB rating.
Going crazy.
You gave that high rating to a backup? Like, I didn't even know who their backup was. I was like, wait, Stafford's not playing. Who's coming in?
Yeah, Stafford ain't missed a game before then for a long time.
Yeah, I know it's been years. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I mean, man, Baltimore, they just kind of I didn't see this coming. Baltimore destroyed Houston.
Yeah, they
41-7, and they did it all run. Like they didn't really throw the ball. I don't understand how Lamar Jackson threw for 4 touchdowns.
So
he only threw for 222 yards. As a team, the Ravens, they rushed for 264 yards and passed for 235.
Gus the Bus was running it at this time.
They don't even try to fool you. They're like, we're running.
You know what we doing.
36 rushes to 27 passes. You know they're running.
Mm-hmm.
They tote the ball and they're like, okay, you just stop it, figure it out.
They keep Lamar from making tough decisions in the passing game. You feed Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards and them boys.
What's going to be interesting to see is if the same thing happens this year in the playoffs happened last year. Because I don't think anybody wants to actually deploy that strategy on them that the Chargers did last year.
Yeah.
Because if you let them see it, they'll start trying to retool around it.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody recalls, the Chargers lost to Baltimore in the regular season a couple of weeks before the playoffs. Then they played them again in the first round of the wild card.
God, shut all that down.
They came out with 7 defensive backs in the game. Like, all right, we'll just put the speed in.
Yeah, shut it down.
You're gonna stop this.
Mm-hmm. Somebody gonna do it eventually, but
I mean, his QB ratings have been off the charts and super high. He's not been throwing that much. I mean, 17 and 24. He didn't really let that many balls fly.
Yeah, they're not letting them make no mistakes. They keeping them protected.
He's been efficient.
Yeah.
He's playing excellent. I mean, definitely MVP front runner.
Yeah, MVP front runner right now.
I had it for Russell Wilson after this performance, and Russ didn't play last week. I say he's got it right now. So I mean that can probably change week to week depending on what they do. So it'll be a tough race, especially since they both have the same record.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah. Then the Falcons are some interesting individuals. What are you doing? I understand that nobody wants to just lose all the games, but you waited until you lost. Why you lose so many games before you decided to win a few? They just blew Carolina out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was highly Kyle Allen's fault, throwing 4 interceptions.
Yeah, it's awfully his fault. 2 of them was in the red zone. He fumbling. He just, I don't know. Ever since we put Cam on IR, he just not been playing good.
Man, he got comfortable. That's kind of like when you give that guy that check he's been holding out for. Once you cut him the contract, all of a sudden he's comfortable. He don't produce anymore.
And then the Falcons always about beat us anyway. I mean, we can't stop Matt Ryan or Julio or Calvin Ridley every time.
Two dominant performances in division for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They got these folks around here really thinking that they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Even if you win all the way out, Atlanta, you need a whole bunch of other teams to do a lot of losing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the teams in the NFC, like the records, 8 wins get you a wild card. Like, and that's 8 wins right now after 11 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tough race. Like, you're not getting in there. You might as well cut that out.
You're going to need all the help in the world and then some.
Somebody called Quinn and Dimitri. Well, I assume Quinn is trying to keep the jobs. He knows they get that high draft pick.
Yeah.
He's not going to be there to enjoy it.
They're trying to play for their coach, though. I mean, I give them their part. They did their thing. My team just not good.
They need to get this high draft pick. Stop winning.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
You're messing up my picks, too.
Yeah. You're going to get a middle road pick. Ain't nobody going to do nothing.
I've been telling you for weeks I'm done with them, but I will not pick Atlanta to win any games. I pick them this week, they're going to lose. Guaranteed. Watch. Tampa Bay, that Jameis is going to get them.
Oh, not Jameis.
I mean, they got Tampa Bay. They play New Orleans again, then Carolina. Like, they can run back through the division.
Yeah.
For some reason, they seem to think they can win the division. Like, you do realize that if you sweep the division and they all have better records, you still don't win it. That's not the end all. It's the overall record first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame, really.
Yeah.
Man, in Frisco, they escaped the scare. I mean, San Fran came back on Arizona, 36-26. And Colin Murray, he put on a little running show. He had 8 carries for 67 yards. He didn't really throw. He threw a lot of passes. It's kind of difficult when you look at the stat sheets. I mean, I did peek over and look at a little bit of that game, but I mean, 24 for 33 for 150. You completed a lot of balls for 150 yards. Like, every pass must have been like 2 yards.
Behind the scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, and they ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, man. It's like San Fran flexed their muscle on them. I mean, I don't really understand what the uproar is about them coming back to beat Arizona. You did beat the worst team in your division.
Yeah.
You're giving everybody else pure hell about not playing anybody, so let's not make it any different for San Francisco.
Yeah.
Arizona has not won, what have they won, like 3 games?
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 games.
I think they're like 3-7-1 or something. They have a tie also with Detroit.
And then with San Fran, I mean, I see Jimmy threw for what?
424, 4 touchdowns,
but
he threw 2 interceptions.
The run game didn't do nothing. The run game would make the team go. If the run game gonna stop, I don't think Jimmy gonna be able to win games consistently like that.
19 carries for 34 yards.
Yeah. Tevin Coleman, 12 carry, 14 yards.
Yeah, man, New England came out on the road, took out Philly in that rematch of Super Bowl 52. I mean, it was a defensive battle, really.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody got off.
I know, it was just.
I mean, Brady went for 216, Wentz only 214, 1 touchdown between the two of them. Julian Edelman threw the touchdown. I mean, Julian be out there slinging whenever they do let him throw.
He do be throwing.
It's like, man, New England only had 75 yards rushing as a team. Philly had 81 yards rushing as a team. What you really got out of it, it was a defensive battle. The 1 touchdown Philly scored actually wasn't a touchdown. They gave it to him, even though the ball did get ripped out of his hands before he got possession of it. So, I mean, it's been actually interesting just to watch. As bad as New England's offense is playing, they're stumbling through a 10-1. Like they're 9-1 right now.
I mean, as long as you're getting the W, that wouldn't matter.
You're tied for the best record in the league and haven't even figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be scary. Everybody keeps they calling for their head, saying they've done this or that.
Ain't even December yet. They don't get going about December. That's when you're going to see the true team.
Well, and then they just pulled one out on the road.
Yeah.
If you recall, last year they went 11-5. All 5 of those losses were road games.
Yeah.
They don't lose at home.
Foxborough.
They're 2 completely different teams, which is why you don't want them to have home field advantage.
They're too cold, and they're going to be too good.
Like, everybody plays different when they're at home.
Right.
Like, the last time they lost a home game was to Carolina back in 2017. It's been that long.
And we barely got that.
And that game wasn't an L either.
I remember that game. Monday night?
It was pass interference on Kuechly in the back of the end zone on Gronk in the end zone.
It was interference. It was.
He literally hugged them and walked them out of the end zone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to go that far back to find someone to actually beat them in Foxborough, and that really wasn't an L.
Yeah. I would barely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely don't want New England to have a home field advantage.
No, you don't.
So, man, before we hit these playoffs, because all the games this week actually are going to, they're going to change where the playoff seedings are right now. Because, I mean, you look at it, New England in the 1 seed, Baltimore's in the 2. You currently have Kansas City at 3, Indy 4, Buffalo 5, and Houston at 6. But that's absolutely going to change after this slate of games. And on the other side, same thing.
Yeah.
San Fran at 1, Green Bay at 2, New Orleans at 3, Dallas is sitting at 4 because they are ahead of the division, because their 6-4 record would absolutely not be enough to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle sitting at 5 at 8-2, and Minnesota at 6 in the last wild card spot at 8-3. I mean, those records are crazy.
Yeah.
But man, this is gonna be an awesome week. We got 5 great matchups. So all day long, starting Thursday, you're gonna have good football to watch. Thursday night, Colts at the Texans. This will be a big matchup.
Oh, yeah.
These two teams are actually tied for the division. They're both 6-4, but the Colts won the head-to-head the last time they played.
Yeah.
So man, you get the Colts at the Texans. I feel like after the way Baltimore just straight steamrolled the steamrolled Houston, I don't see the Colts coming in there and duplicating that, because the Colts have kind of been reeling.
Yeah.
They had a struggle game last week.
Yeah, they barely won that game.
I don't see Deshaun playing that bad again. The Colts are absolutely not as big a threat as the Ravens. I mean, I think Houston is going to show up big. Houston's going to take this game and go ahead and regain that top spot in their division.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, he got to have a bounce back game, because that's probably the worst game he done ever played in his life.
It was terrible.
It was awful.
So, man, 1 o'clock game. Seattle at Philly. I know you may not look at it and be like, that's not really a big game. Philly's at 5-5. Dallas is 6-4.
Yeah.
Dallas plays New England next. Now Philly at home again has a chance to jump right back in the hunt to win the division. Because if you don't win the division, I don't think the NFC East is not getting a second team in. You've got to win the division.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see Philly winning it, but
I think it's going to drag out to about probably the last few weeks of the season.
Philly's going to be desperate. This is going to be one of those games where being Seattle is the better team, but Philly's back is against the wall. If they lose this game, that'll be almost like virtually knocking them out.
Yeah.
Especially if Dallas is able to pull off a win and they lose, that'll be pretty much a wrap for Philly. They can just cancel the season. But I still don't think they'll pull it out. I just think the game is going to be much, much closer than what folks probably think it will be, because of the fact that Philly is really going to be in desperation mode against Seattle. And Seattle generally doesn't really play full football games.
Yeah.
Just like how they beat San Francisco, it always goes down to the wire, because you've got to wait on Russ to do it.
Got to. And that's how that game going to be. They might get down early. Russ going to lead the comeback, go crazy. We're going to be talking about him MVP.
Yep. And the 4:25 game, they call it the game of the week, which it's the game of the week because of who the teams are. And when you look at the records and the positioning, actually the Sunday night game should probably be the game of the week. But you got the Cowboys at the Patriots. I mean, that's the matchup. The America's team versus the team of the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be probably the highest rated game outside of the Super Bowl.
A lot of people Super Bowl picks before the season. I heard a lot of people say Cowboy Patriots Super Bowl.
That was my pick.
Yeah.
I sat right here.
Yeah.
I pointed towards this week. It was like, we're getting a preview.
Yeah. Can be definitely a preview. It's going to be a good game.
With the Patriots offense reeling the way it is, when they did just activate Isaiah Wynn, so that could very much
he's
change.
Make a big difference.
If you actually give Brady a little bit of time in the pocket, now that could change a lot of things, because he'll actually stop throwing the ball away, because he has just been throwing it at people's feet. Like, he doesn't care.
Ground, but,
he don't care if you get intentional ground, and he's just slinging it like, nope, I'm not getting hit.
I'm too old to get hit.
No, next play. No. But, I mean, Dak's been killing through the air, but unfortunately he's now walking into a hostile road environment against the top secondary in the NFL. You're not throwing for 400 yards against them.
I see Dak running, scrambling all over the field.
They're going to have to really lean on Zeke. Like, if Dallas has a chance to win this game, it's going to be very Zeke heavy and reliant on that run.
And Dak got to make play when he got to make the play when he see it. He can't be overthrowing, underthrowing. He can't be doing it. Got hitting them throws.
With a secondary as good as New England,
he ain't gonna give me the opportunity.
They actually can put an extra man in the box.
Yeah.
They can put that extra man up there and still cover all your receivers, because the DBs are that good.
Exactly.
So it's going to take an excellent game from him.
Can't make mistakes against Patriots. That one thing for sure.
I don't know how exactly they're going to do it, but New England will stumble into 10-1.
There it is.
Then the Sunday night game, the Packers at the 49ers.
Mm.
Number 1 and number 2 in the NFC. This could mean so much. If the Packers are able to beat the 49ers, not only would that put them at 9-2, that would make San Francisco 9-2, which possibly could take San Francisco from 1 to 5.
5 that quick.
Yeah, they've been in the top spot all season. Lose one game and drop the 5th.
Cause they got Seattle right behind them in their own division.
Well, because they're 9-1, but Green Bay's 8-2, New Orleans 9-2, and Seattle's 8-2. All these teams were one game behind. So it's imperative.
Yeah, every game finna count.
And they're already a game behind Seattle. They finished the season at Seattle. So, I mean, that's going to be a killer.
That's going to be an important game.
Yeah. Then for the Monday night football game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have been kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get from them.
Hey, man, the Rams they have the tools. They don't show
Todd
up
got
every
right
week.
last week. Todd was looking right for one.
Todd showed up. Jalen has been out there, but did you see that tackle Jalen got?
Hey, Jalen picked them up, boy.
Jalen made a textbook tackle to not get called a penalty on for unnecessary roughness. He picked that man up, and he could have drove him through, he could have put that man through the whole stadium. He drove him for about a half a step and let him go.
Yeah.
It's like, fall. I got you.
And boy, Jalen, he done changed. Ever since he got to the Rams, he done, put some aggressiveness and some sauce in their secondary.
So I guess I didn't even make my pick for the other game. I'm taking San Fran over Green Bay. I don't trust Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers has not been balling.
San Fran, I think the run game gonna come back. Tevin Coleman and them boys gonna get right. Nick gonna have a couple of sacks.
For the Monday night game, I got the upset, taking the Rams over the Ravens on the road. That party is gonna come to it. There's gonna be a bump in the road somewhere. I'm not buying Baltimore going 14-2.
Lamar going crazy. Mark Ingram going crazy. That's it.
Sean McVay can put together a defense that can slow that down.
Yeah, he can.
And they absolutely can score, especially when Gurley's balling. They can put them up.
And golf right. When his head focused, his mind right. Yeah, them boys can play. Cooper Kupp and Brandon Cooks and all them. Robert Woods. Yeah.
So that's what it's going to be. I only gave y'all 5 picks this week because those are clearly the 5 best games. And it doesn't matter where you live. I'm pretty sure those 5 games are going to be the ones you see.
Yeah.
There's a Thursday, a Sunday, and a Monday night. It's those other 2. Cowboys, Patriots, absolutely going to be on.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that. Got to.
Yep, so man, I actually made it all the way to the end. Could have said a lot more about the playoff picture, but we did make it to the end. So man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. Just make sure y'all stay tuned right after me for He Say, She Say with PJ. But man, G-Pap, tell me how they can find you.
G-Pap on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that. G-Pappy Sports.
That's what's up. Y'all know how to find me. It's Famous Fees, Facebook, Instagram. Go to my YouTube page. Check it out. We appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Hey, we at it.